Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by Jordan. Open. Chicago.
All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of All in the Mix. This is episode 16. I am here with my guest host, Cal Poly Slow's forward, newest forward, grad transfer, right? Is it grad transfer now?
Yes, sir. Graduate.
Ajani Kennedy. Back for, this is what, your third time on the show already?
Third time to charm.
3 times, and we're not even at 20 episodes yet. That's crazy. But yeah, welcome back, guys. We're going to talk about who's won some awards, some news, coaches getting fired, coaches moving around, players being upset. We're going to talk about the playoffs, and then let's just get straight to it. Before we start, though, this episode is brought to you by Smooth My Balls, a new up-and-coming men's grooming company. Go get your turf chopper, your puke muncher right now. Use code ALLINTHEMIX. You'll get 15% off your first order and free shipping. Cool. Also, for the people that have followed me on Twitch, I appreciate it. I'm at 5 followers now, which is cool. I try to stream every day. I didn't yesterday, but I was tired. But I try to stream every day. I do like GTA, MLB, NBA, Madden, all that good shit. Anyways, let's get straight into it, to the awards. Drew Holiday has received the Joe Dumars Trophy as the winner of the 2021 Sportsmanship Award. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Drew Holiday. I didn't know this was an award, but good for him. He's a good teammate, good guy. So that's what's up. Moving on, the New York Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau has been named Coach of the Year. It was funny because he didn't even lead them in first place votes. Monty Williams got all the first place votes, but I mean, the Knicks had a really crazy year. That team on paper looked like a lottery team, but they ended up making the playoffs. But shout out to Tom Thibodeau. And last night, Monday night, Nikola Jokic has been named the MVP of this league. Ajani, how do you feel about Jokic winning the MVP?
I like the selection. I honestly thought if Embiid didn't get hurt, it would have been him. He was the front runner. But I'm not mad at the selection at all.
I'm not mad at it at all. I think he deserved it. I mean, he's had a hell of a year. He's taken the Nuggets to the second round of playoffs without his co-star Jamal Murray. It's pretty impressive. Did you see that Derrick Rose got a first place vote too?
Was that a fan vote or like what? Like, how did he get a first place vote?
Yeah, it was a fan vote. So like the fans got to do one vote, and I guess everybody voted for Derrick Rose. I saw Julius Randle's name was in the MVP votes too. He had a couple like third place votes. I was like, that's cool. They're all at home now. So
cool
good for them. Let's hop into some news real quick. The NBA fined president of basketball operations for the Philadelphia 76ers, Daryl Morey, $75,000 for tampering. He tweeted about Steph Curry. I guess Steph posted a picture of Seth, and Daryl Morey posted it and was like, if you can't beat him, join him, or something. He said something like that. Basically just offering up Ben Simmons for Steph Curry, like right on the timeline. I respect it. But he got fined $75K and the team got fined $75K. That's cool. I saw Pat Riley also today got fined for tampering. He said he would leave the key under the mat if LeBron ever wanted to come back to Miami. That shit ain't gonna happen. Hey, shout out to Pat though. Good guy. Also, Duke's head coach, Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, will coach his final season this year. And after the year is over, associate head coach John Shire is going to be set to take over. This kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like Coach K retiring. It caught me off guard. I was working and I got the notification from ESPN and I was like, no fucking way. Like, and then I looked it up and I was like, wow, him and Roy Williams in the same year is iconic.
This year stressed them out, bro. They wasn't used to this. Bro, everybody caught up.
It folded, huh?
Yeah.
Moving into some coaches parting ways with the teams. Orlando Magic parted ways with Steve Clifford. He was the coach for 3 years. His record was 96 and 131 with 2 playoff appearances, surprisingly in those 3 years. But I'm pretty sure they never got out the first round. I don't really know what this means for the Magic. I'm not really up to speed with the Orlando Magic. They seem to be pretty much rebuilding ever since Dwight Howard left. Yeah, I don't know. Now, Danny Ainge has stepped down as president of the Celtics. It was actually hours after they were eliminated from the playoffs. Following that, head coach Brad Stevens was relieved of his duties as head coach, and now he's going to be the president of the team, and they're in the search for another coach. I don't really know who I see being the coach of the Celtics. I also saw that the Pacers fired their coach today too. But I don't know. Maybe you could look at a guy like Chauncey Billups or like Sam Cassell. Jason Kidd could fill in for this position. I don't really know who the coach could be. Do you have an opinion on who you think could fit this role?
I seen Jason Kidd would be solid, but I seen I think Jason Tatum was saying like he would want like Evan Turner as a coach, right? He tweeted that.
Yeah, Evan Turner.
But like that one, I don't know who would want to go to Boston. I feel like they underachieve every year.
Yeah.
I don't know what coach would take them over the hump, really. They have like I feel like we just have to blow it up and rebuild around 2 stars and everybody else gotta go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we'll get to later in the show, we'll talk about, teams getting blown up and people moving around possibly. But also, the last thing, after 9 seasons, Terry Stotts and the Portland Trailblazers have agreed to part ways. His record with the team was 402 and 318, along with 8 straight playoff appearances. That all sounds fine and dandy on paper, but then you look at the real results of those playoff appearances. They haven't won shit. They went to the Western Conference Finals, I believe, only one time. It was one time. One of those years they got their ass beat by the Pelicans. Yeah. I don't know. This situation is interesting too because I feel like everybody kind of saw this coming. If they would have lost in the first round, everybody was saying the coach was out of there. But as far as the next coach, again, I want to throw Chauncey Billups' name in there. I know he's looking for a coaching job. Jason Kidd was a front runner, and then he came out and was like, "I'm cool. Somebody else can handle that." I don't know. I don't really. This is another team. I don't know who could fit the head coaching job because it's gonna come along with either they blow the team up and then they find a coach, or they find a coach and then the team is like, all right, if they're fucking with it, they're gonna stay. But I don't know. How do you see this playing out with Portland?
I see them finding a coach first and then going from there. And I feel like Chauncey Billups will be a solid fit. I feel like because player coaches will, good fits for certain teams. So I feel like they could do that over there to make something happen. Hopefully.
I agree. And, it's a perfect example with this year with Steve Nash becoming a first-time head coach. Obviously, he was blessed with getting KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, but he's done a phenomenal job, and they're on their way to possibly a finals appearance, a championship. But, yeah, I agree. I think Chauncey Billups would be the best fit. I too, I'm probably going to side with you about they're going to find a coach first. And I think depending on who the coach is, that's kind of how the rest of the team is going to go. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they figure something out soon because that team, they're another team that underachieves a lot. And like you said with Boston, they're kind of in the same boat where they have it, but they don't have that extra, the extra oomph to get them over the hump. But anyways, we got some hot topics going on in the NBA right now. We got some guys to talk about. Me and you talk about these people a lot. I have a couple people written down in particular. I'll start off with a big one, a banger. I'll start with Damian Lillard. What's Ajani? What is going on with Damian Lillard?
I feel like Dame, he too loyal for his own good. Like Portland, he can be another one of those great players that never win anything if you don't get out of Portland. I don't got no problems. Actually, I do got beef with Dame because he kicked my knocked my guys out of the playoffs, and I ain't liked them ever since. But great players just got to get out of Portland, I feel. Or they got to really build around him.
Yeah, I agree. What me and you had said it the other day. We were talking, and you were like, at some point, like that loyalty shit's got to stop. Like, because he's gonna end up, if he stays on this path, he's gonna end up like a Steve Nash. He's gonna end up with an MVP possibly or two MVPs with no championship. I don't even think Steve Nash played in the finals, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. I have an opinion on a few teams that I think he would either request to go to or would make a move for him. I'll start off with the Knicks. I think the Knicks are a sleeper team to get Dame. But I think the biggest question is he would have to be a trade, obviously. What do they have to offer for Damian Lillard of all people?
I see him throwing RJ in the package.
A draft pick for sure, RJ,
and probably like some role players like a Alec Burke, something like that.
But let me stop you there. Let me ask you this: do you think it would be like an Anthony Davis to the Lakers situation where they'd have to give up the farm for Damian Lillard? Because you got to think if he requests a trade, Portland's going to hold on to him, right? So they're going to want every bit and piece of your team for their guy because he leaves that team's done.
The Knicks farm wasn't as, you feel me, the Lakers had, Alonzo, B.I. Like, what really do the Knicks have other than that they're willing to get other than Julius Randle, RJ? Like, when you look at everybody else, it's like freaking Frankie
cigarettes, Frankie nicotine.
Bro, like, they don't really have anything, like, any really pieces like that, I feel.
Exactly. And I think, going to the Knicks for him, it wouldn't even make sense because they're going to give up their whole team for him, right? And then he's back into a shitty situation.
Thanks.
Unless they could pick up some free agents because they're like, oh shit, Dame's on the Knicks, But I don't know. Another team I was thinking of was the Miami Heat. They too would also have to give up pretty much their whole squad for Dame. I don't really see that working out for him either with Miami. I just don't see that fit. But I do think the Heat would try to get something done because Pat Riley's a demon. So my favorite one is the Lakers. I think, hear me out. This is my take on the Lakers getting Dame. I have two takes. The first one is you can give up the whole fucking team besides AD and LeBron. You give up Kuzma, KCP, Montrez, everybody, right? Give them a draft pick, something. And we got them. Or we could do this one way. You call Portland and say, hey, we'll give you Anthony Davis. Give us Dame. Who says no?
The Lakers.
You think so?
Yeah. They're not giving up AD for Dame. I personally wouldn't do it.
No.
I wouldn't do it, but I can't see that happening.
I can't see it happening either because for the Lakers, you did so much to get this guy, and now you're just going to cough him up. But if I'm Portland, I'm asking for either the whole team or Anthony Davis. Like, I don't, I'm not going to just take KCP and Kuzma and call it a day. Like, that's just not what it is. But I think
Portland could take THT, KCP, Kuz, Caruso. They could take everybody for sure for Dame. Everybody could go.
But realistically, I don't really see this one happening with the Lakers. A realistic one I really truly think might happen is Dallas. If you're Portland, you look at Dallas, right? You could say I want Kristaps, which is fine, like whatever, take him, right? Kristaps, you ask for Finney Smith, and you ask for Tim Hardaway, and maybe you give them a draft pick or something, or you include a third team. I think Damian Lillard in Dallas would be nasty. But I don't know, because he's a primary ball handler. You got Luka, obviously primary ball handler. You could, move Dame to a 2, have him be a small 2, and have him his job just be get buckets, right? Hit shots, get buckets. But I don't know. That was just a take that I had. I thought him in Dallas would be nice. But I don't know where do you think is Dame's best fit, and what do you think it has got to happen to get him there?
I feel he could do something in Boston with him and Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
But Boston probably have to give up, Marcus Smart.
Yeah, but
We'll probably give up Jaylen Brown.
mm.
Probably Payne Pritchard.
What about Kemba Walker?
Kemba's about to be, since we seen earlier, Kemba. Oh yeah, you could throw Kemba in there too, since they probably gonna part ways in the summer. Throw Kemba swap. If you're gonna throw Kemba, you go Kemba, Marcus Smart, Payne Pritchard, or something like that for Dame. I feel like that's a solid thing. You can keep it a little bit. That'll be solid.
Facts. If I'm Portland though, I'm sorry. If I'm Boston, I like they need a big desperately. Tristan Thompson not cutting it. Robert Williams, he's not ready. He's getting there, but he's not ready to be like the big man on the Celtics. So you could hear me out. You could do this too. You say we want Dame and we want Nurkic. We'll give you Kemba, Marcus Smart, Tristan Thompson, and like you said, Peyton Pritchard, right? That deal could work out. I feel like for Portland, would be kind of dumb to take that kind of offer. I would ask for everything and anything I could. Because if you get rid of CJ McCollum in a situation too, you could ask for Jaylen Brown instead of Marcus Smart, right? So then you'd be giving up Kemba, Jaylen Brown. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on a Damian Lillard situation because he could fuck around and just say, fuck it, I'm staying. Another guy, I want to talk about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going to be a free agent this summer. He has the option to be, sorry. He has a player option to opt in for, I believe, 2 more years. Or he could opt out and just be a free agent. A couple of teams I have in mind for him would be the Mavericks, the Miami Heat, and the Golden State Warriors. I think for him, going to a team like the Warriors would just absolutely not be fair. But I don't know, because I think it depends on how far they get this year in the playoffs, what he's going to do. Because, I mean, you look at these teams in the West, anybody could make it to the finals realistically. All 4 of these teams are pretty good, but I don't know. What are you thinking about Mr. Moval, Kawhi Leonard?
I feel if they make it, I feel conference finals or finals, he's going to stay. Take that 2 more years. He's going to stay,
But if they lose to Utah?
They lose to Utah, it's open. It's open. He's going to be one of those summers like a few summers ago when he decided to go to the Clippers. He's going to be the highest. You feel me? He's just going to be shopped around. I can't see the Warriors, though. You feel me? Get rid of Wiggins. Clay coming back.
Yeah.
I'll be a squad right there for sure.
Yeah, that team would be crazy. But like I said, that all depends on what happens in the playoffs, I think. So we'll see. We're gonna start getting to the shitty right here. We're gonna start off with a big one, a literal big one. Kristaps Porzingis. As you can see, we're not fond of Mr. Porzingis. He's the new pandemic P, I guess. But I want to say this: $158 million. $158 million. In 2019, he signed a 5-year, $158 million deal with the Mavericks, which is it comes out to about $30 million a year. He's averaging, since he's been in Dallas, 20 points, 9 rebounds, which seems great, right? You're like, okay, this guy's playing with a young superstar, 20 and 9, not bad. His playoff performance has just been awful these past 2 years. He disappears. He folds like a chair. I don't think he's worth that $158 million, but you get what you negotiate. So I don't know. I'll let you start this rant about Porzingis here.
I really don't know what happened to him. I kind of liked his game when he was in New York, but then he tore that ACL, I think it was. And when he got to Dallas, he just couldn't stay healthy. And I didn't even know he averaged 29. It don't even seem like he averaged 20
I'm
points.
saying, hey, I looked it up and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
That's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. But like you said, he doesn't impact the game. Like, he's 7'3", floating around the 3-point line, shooting.
On a fast break.
Come on, bro. Like, you got guards guarding. You got 6'2" guarding you at the free throw line trying to shoot mid-ranges. Like, I don't know, bro. What happened to him? But
I don't know, but this did come out. He's not happy in Dallas because he said he feels like an afterthought. He doesn't feel like a co-star. Well, sorry to break it to you. You're not a superstar. Just because you signed that max does not mean you were a star that entire time. You were a star when you signed the max. But the playoff performance has just been piss poor, especially this year. He averaged, I believe, this year in the playoffs, the 7 games they played against the Clippers, he averaged like 12 points. But then his co-star, you got Luka averaging 38. Like, so you can't average 12 and be like, yeah, I should be a co-star. No, you're a fucking role player. Like, I think they should move on from him. But I think it's going to be tough because that contract is a little rich. For the only way I see him getting out of there is if you throw him in one of these big trades. So if you try to get Dame or you try to get Kawhi, you gotta get KP the fuck out of there. He's sorry. And I don't really like to talk bad about players like that, but this dude, his performance, I think it cost them the series. I think a specific play cost them the series when he had like a 2-on-1 fast break against who was it?
Luke Kennard, bro.
Yeah, okay, it was against Luke Kennard, and no disrespect to Luke Kennard, but he shouldn't be having Porzingis shoot a 3 on a fast break. You better go dunk that shit. I don't know, man. Porzingis, he's got to get together. He's definitely not living up to the next Dirk Nowitzki like they were talking about. It's just it's embarrassing. But anyways, hope they get that situated. But let's move on to somebody else. This guy is a self-proclaimed fashion icon, rocking number 0 for the Lakers. Let's talk about Kyle Kuzma. I'll start with this one. I was a fan his rookie year, right? He had a good rookie year. I was like, man, this dude came out of nowhere. He's nice. Then these last 2 years, Ajani and anybody could tell you to like, it's just been awful for me. I'm like, this dude is terrible. Like, I mean, he has his moments and he'll be like, oh, he'll have a good game. Like, wow, he had like 18 and 9. That's what's up. Then the next game you look and he played 12 minutes and had 1 point. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and you're supposed to be, our guy off the bench or our next, young guy. I think he needs to go play in China or some shit because I'm fucking over it. Like, or they got to put him in one of these trades and ship him to a banned land. Yeah, get him the fuck out of here. What's your opinion on Kuzma, and what do you think the Lakers should do with Kuzma?
I mean, his job when Bron 80 got there, shit, play hard, give you maybe 10 points, but the main thing is play hard, defense and all that other shit.
His defense is terrible.
Shit, he could barely do that. So I feel put him in a package deal, try and get another piece, like a third. They need a third scorer really, because we'll talk about that later. But we'll talk about that later. But they need a third piece so you can throw him in a deal with Kuz, ship him over there, him and Drummond, ship him. They need to go, everybody.
You said him and Drummond, ship him. Last guy. This one is a fun one. Let's talk about Dennis Schroeder. Let's talk about your mans, bro. Dennis Schroeder. For the people that don't know, he was trying to work out an extension with the Lakers during the regular season. They offered him 4 years, $84 million. He turned it down and said, I want 100. So when I saw that, I was like, man, this dude must be in his bag. So I was like, let me tune in. And then he goes 0 for 9 in a fucking playoff game and they lose by 30. I think that 100 million is turning into 60. If honestly, I don't really see him. I think that 84 is out of the picture now too, because his playoff performance was bad. He was bad towards the end of the year. Um, hey, him and Kuzma, you could go get that 100 in China, bro. I'm telling you, they idolize Stephon Marbury over there. Dennis Schroeder could over there be a monster. Um, I don't know, man. He's gonna be a free agent. He said he wants to come back. If I'm the Lakers, I'm giving him like 9-10 million maybe.
Sheesh.
1 year, 1+1 maybe.
Sheesh.
But that's if you can't get another point guard, you can't get somebody better than that. I don't know, man. Dennis Schroeder was extremely disappointing to me this year. Pretty much the whole year was straight up disappointing. I don't know. But this is your guy though, man. So what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie, them two back-to-back shitty performances in the playoffs, low key, that was fucked up. I didn't see that coming from him. But I feel like before he got COVID and shit at the end of the year, he was solid. You feel me? He was that third scorer. When AD and Braun was out, he could go get his own buck, create.
Yeah, definitely had a good rhythm going. Sure.
But at the end of the year, when he got sick and all that other stuff, I feel like that fucked him up. But I feel like 84 for sure out the picture. But if I'm the Lakers, I'll bring him back. But the 84, you're not getting that.
No, absolutely not. I don't know, man. Dennis Schroeder figured it out, bro. Get in the gym. That's tough. So moving let's talk about the playoffs, man. The first round is over for everybody. We're moving into the second round. So how the first round went: Utah beat the Memphis Grizzlies 4-1. Mike Conley actually led the way for the Utah Jazz to average 21 and 13 assists. Clippers beat the Dallas Mavericks in a tough 7-game series. I want to talk about that one a little bit. We had talked about Porzingis' performance in that series, but I want to talk about it a little more because Game 7 was just absolutely terrible. You can't have one guy who's 21, 22 years old, averaging 40, playing the whole fucking game, and nobody else can score more than 12. Like that right there was the difference in the series. I think even if Porzingis would have given them his normal 20 every game, they win that series, right? He gets 20, let's say Hardaway gets 12 to 15, Finney-Smith gives you 10. You're good. But Kawhi Leonard just absolutely took over that series. He averaged 35 on the series. I don't know, man. What do you think was the biggest difference between these two teams that led to the Clippers winning the series?
The two P's, you feel me? Porzingis was shitty. PG played well. That was the difference right there. PG wasn't playoff P, pandemic P. He played well that series. I'll give him that. So that was the difference right there.
Yeah, I agree. I think obviously you're gonna guaranteed get good performances from Kawhi and Luka. So those guys, like I said, Luka averaged 38, Kawhi averaged 35. Okay, but the difference maker has got to be the next guy. And like you said, that was the biggest difference for the Clippers. Paul George had a really good series, and that pushed them over the top. Denver took out Portland in 6 games. Jokic averaged 31, 11, and 3. Dame averaged 34 and 9. If you lost that last game, that was tough. Denver just took over. Like I said, the Portland, they got to figure it out. Dame's got to figure it out. Do they move on from CJ McCollum before they trade Damian Lillard? Yeah,
bro. CJ let him down this series, bro. He got to get out of there.
Yeah, man. I think if I'm Dame and you're really committed to staying with the Trailblazers, like this is, I don't want to leave. I'm going in that front office, get every motherfucker out of here. Get everybody out. Especially start with CJ McCollum. You already started with the coach, now start with CJ McCollum. Because they're down low, they're not bad. Nurkic isn't bad. Kanter's a good backup. You got Covington and Carmelo. solid fours. The last one, let's talk about Phoenix and the Lakers, man. This one went to 7 games. Phoenix, obviously, they took the series. They were led by Devin Booker. Lakers were led in scoring by Anthony Davis, but we all know he missed the last 2 games there. The last 2 games were just flat out embarrassing for the Lakers, for Laker fans, for everybody on that roster. It was bad. You started off in Game 6. AD played in Game 6 or 7?
He played the series went to 6. He played Game 6 for like 5 minutes and then came out.
That's right. So he played Game 6 for like 5-6 minutes. Hurt his groin again. Phoenix went on to win by 30. I don't even want to talk about that one too much because it's not even worth talking about anymore. Lakers got blown out. Phoenix was healthy. They hit shots, played harder, played smarter. They won the series. Now they're moving on. So good for them. Lakers back to the drawing board. I want to say we'll be back next year, but we got to see how this summer unfolds, and we'll see. Moving on to the East, Philadelphia, they beat Washington 4-1. Washington won that one game because Embiid got hurt, and then Bradley Beal took over, but don't want to spend too much time on that. The Hawks beat the Knicks 4-1. Trae Young was phenomenal the whole series. Yeah, he was phenomenal. He won. I mean, the Hawks won. Beat the Knicks with ease, really. And then we had talked about before in the last episode, Milwaukee swept Miami. Nothing to say about that one. That was bad. The Nets beat Boston 4-1. The only game they won, I believe Tatum had like 50. Yeah. And if Tatum's got to get you 50 every time to win against the Nets, you're going to have a tough time. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it's hard scoring 50 against KD, Kyrie, and James Harden and being on your own because Jaylen Brown's gone. But moving on to the second round, let's go back to the West. Utah played the Clippers last night. They got away in a close one. Rudy Gobert had a game-saving block at the end of the game. What was that?
That shit is crazy, man. Gobert.
He finished with 5 or 6 points, bro. 5 points, like 12 rebounds. They got the win. Donovan Mitchell had 45, though. That's the big story here. Kawhi led the way with 23 and 7, but Paul George was pandemic P last night. It looked good on paper because he had 20 points, but he was 4 for 17 from the field, and you can't have that and think you're going to win a game. But you could look at it like this too. He shot 4 for 17, and they only lost by 3.
3.
Yeah, but I mean, they had Marcus Morris shooting the last shot, which was strange. Ty Lue didn't call a timeout. He just let him rock. He said he would rather have them shoot a 3 in a semi-fast break than call a timeout and play against Utah's half-court defense. To me, that sounds like an excuse of I didn't know I had a timeout left. But, Utah ran away with the game. They won. Moving on, Phoenix the other night, they took game 1 against Denver. Chris Paul led the way. He had 21, 6, and 11. Jokic, MVP, had 22, 9, and 3. I think this series is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be pretty back and forth. It's going to be exciting. There's good bigs. There's good wings. I think it'll be a good one. I see Phoenix taking this series, honestly. In how many games? I'll say 6. What do you think?
Out of 5, bro. Phoenix and 5.
Phoenix and 5. Shit.
That one game.
We didn't
win, bro. Jokic is gonna go for like 30. Gonna go crazy because Aiden can't guard him. But other than that,
hey, he really can't guard Aiden either.
Yeah, bro. That's why it's gonna be Phoenix and 5, bro. They got too much shooters. It's hidden. Phoenix got something to prove, bro. They out there
playing hard as a motherfucker, man. Let's go back to the Utah Clippers series. We did not make a prediction for that one. I'm gonna say
I'm not gonna lie.
It is tough because I know what I want to say, but that's just because I hate the Clippers. But thinking of it, I guess analytically might be the right word. I don't know. It's tough, man, because these teams are pretty even matched.
Right.
It's just gonna come down to is the second guy gonna be good for the Jazz? Who's your second guy, right? That hasn't been established.
Man, I feel like Mike Conley's probably the second guy, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most reasonable second guy. Or your second guy could be Jordan Clarkson, come off the bench, I guess. But really, I feel Mike Conley's that second guy.
Yeah, I agree. Because Rudy Gobert is gonna be Rudy Gobert. He's gonna stand in the paint, get rebounds, block shots, do his thing. You're not relying on him to score whatsoever. So somebody, I mean, Donovan Mitchell had 45. Who's gonna give you 15 or 20? I think like you said, Mike Conley has to. Joe Ingles could have one of those games where he goes off for 25, 30 points. They have Bojan Bogdanovic. He can get you 20. Like Jordan Clarkson averaged 20 this year off the bench. So I think this one's interesting. I'm gonna. I think it's gonna go to 7.
Yeah.
I think Utah's gonna take it in 7.
Yeah, if it goes to 7, I thought Utah gonna take it just because the fatigue probably gonna kick in for the Clippers. 2 back-to-back 7-game series. I feel like that's in 7 if it goes 7.
Somebody else that could be a difference maker for the Clippers, I want to throw in. He got in the game last night. I want to give DeMarcus Cousins a little shout out.
Yeah, bro.
I forgot he was still on the Clippers. Yeah, he got in, got a steal, got an and one right away. I think if the Clippers give him some burn, he's going to give Rudy Gobert some problems just being physical. He doesn't have to go out there and be DeMarcus Cousins getting 40 and 20. He could go get 6 to 10 points, grab a couple rebounds, but put
paint.
Exactly. So he's got to go in there and just lay it on Rudy Gobert every time, because Rudy Gobert is gonna do all that falling down shit, and DeMarcus Cousins is DeMarcus Cousins, so he's gonna keep giving it to him. So we got Utah in 7. Let's see. So moving on, round 2 of the East, I got Philly and Atlanta. The series is 1-1 right now. You got Embiid leading the way, with averaging 40 and 11. Trae Young averaging 20, 10, and 2. This series, I was shocked how game 1 went. The Hawks came out and punched them in the mouth, and Philly really never recovered. I still think, I mean, let's be real. I don't really see Capella rocking with Embiid. Ben Simmons is violating whoever is going to guard him. Tobias Harris is shitting on John Collins or whoever the fuck is going to guard him. I got Philly in 5. I don't see Atlanta winning another game.
See, because Atlanta almost threw the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, Philly for sure in 5, because could have been a sweep for real.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Facts. I think if Philly started off rocky, but they came back really, really late. I think it was one of the cases you wish you had another 2 minutes. So I think we both got Philly in 5. Atlanta might be able to sneak a game in when they go to Atlanta. It could go to 6, but realistically, Philly is going to win this game. All right, this series. The next one, this one was going to be my favorite series, because we get the matchup that we wanted. We wanted KD versus Giannis. We wanted Kyrie versus Drew Holiday. We want James Harden versus Chris Middleton. This is playoff basketball, but Brooklyn Nets are just kicking their ass. The series is 2-0 Brooklyn. KD's averaging 37 and 4. Giannis is averaging 26 and 11. But the Nets just beat the brakes off of them these first 2 games by 20, 30 points. Last game was almost 40 points. I don't know. I before the series started, I was like, man, this one's gonna go 6, 7 games maybe, and the Bucks are gonna prove that they're here, because I think if the Bucks won the series, they have a really good chance of getting to the finals. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a sweep. I hope for just I'm a big Drew Holiday guy. For Drew Holiday's sake, I hope they don't get swept, because that's fucked up. You go to a team to help win a championship and you get swept in the second round. That's really tough. But I don't know. I'm gonna just being courteous. I'm gonna say Brooklyn in 5, just so I can get Milwaukee again.
I don't even honestly. I do not see Milwaukee winning the game because for one, you're never gonna score more than Brooklyn.
Nope.
For two, Giannis has no half-court game, and playoffs is half-court basketball. For three, they won them 2 games without James Harden. If James Harden comes back, it's a fucking wrap. I don't know, bro. Milwaukee need to figure it out because I don't.
Because for Giannis, right, 26, 11, and 4 sounds great, right? But then you go look at the score of the games. They lost by 40 fucking points. Your 30 and 11 doesn't mean shit.
After your bucket's coming in garbage time, you're already down 25, bro. It's over.
Right? Like you go into the fourth quarter with 14, finish with 30 because you're playing against, Chris Chiozza and shit, So,
Claxton.
yeah, you're playing against Claxton and Alize Johnson and those dudes. But I don't know, man. I hope Milwaukee gets a game. I really hope they do, just for the sake of Drew Holiday. I like Drew Holiday. I like Chris Middleton, but yeah, I mean, it looks ugly already. I think if Milwaukee doesn't win the next game, they're for sure getting swept because they're going to be down 3-0. Giannis is going to be, I don't know if he's going to try to do the whole, I'm going to be the first person to come back from 3-0. No, the fuck you're not. Like,
Coach, you shooting pull-up threes, bro. Fuck out of here.
Shooting 40% for the free throw line. I don't know, man. So I think I want to do a little finals prediction here. I got Brooklyn coming out of the East. I don't really see anybody fucking with Brooklyn. The West, though. The West is where it gets tricky, obviously. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to say it. I got Phoenix going to the finals.
Well, low key, like I feel it's a toss up between the 3 teams. I feel Denver is out the picture with no Jamal Murray.
Absolutely.
Even if they somehow get past Phoenix, they're not winning the conference finals with no Murray. So I feel either Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix would be tough, bro. That would be tough.
Chris Paul becomes Chris Paul and then fucks it off like he always does. But hopefully not.
Or Rose's ankle or something.
Hopefully not.
And you know what would be funny about that final series? Steve Nash is the coach of the Brooklyn Nets. He'd be coaching against his former team, and his first championship would come against his former team that he never won.
Actually, they'll be talking about that forever.
Ever, bro. But yeah, man, I think I got Brooklyn winning it all now. By a landslide, really. I don't really see anybody giving them any trouble. It's kind of giving me what was that 2018 like Warriors vibes where they just like run through everybody. It looks scary. I mean, they only gave Boston 1 game. They're beating the shit out of Milwaukee. So yeah, I got Nets winning it all, man. So that pretty much wraps it up for this show. I want to give a special shout out to my guy, Mr. 3 times, Ajani Kennedy, back on the show for the 3rd time. Probably will not be the last time. But yeah, man, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom. Follow us on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, sorry, because I'm solo dolo. All in the mix _Q on Twitch. I stream every day. I try to for like an hour, 2 hours. And once again, shout out to our sponsor, Smooth My Balls. Go get your Turf Chopper 3.0, your Pube Muncher, and all your accessories. Use code All in the Mix at checkout for 15% off. And like I said, thank you to my guy Johnny. This episode will be out when you see it. So boom, have a good one, guys. Stay tuned for episode 17. I'm gonna try to get an interview in for the next one, so we shall see. I'm out.
Forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I said don't forget to like, comment.